Hi everyone, my name is Janique and today I'll be doing a chapter reading from Love Between the Lines, book 1 of the Page Turner series, written by A.D. Roseau, presented by Itsy Bitsy Book Bits. Chapter 1. Under the sheets was always a good time. Marlowe, exhausted from sleepless night, at least had something fun to look forward to. She parked her wagon, overflowing with books and swag, behind her table and looked to see who her neighbors would be. Iris would be on one side of her, as usual, while on the other was a newer author Marlowe wasn't familiar with. The lady, dressed in a retro party dress with colorful ribbons in her hair, had her back to Marlowe as she fussed and fidgeted with her rows of books, trying to get everything just so. Marlowe knew better than to interfere. Whoever she was experiencing what Iris liked to call event virgin jitters. Marlowe was far from any kind of virgin. She no longer dressed up for these things, merely pulled on the nearest pair of jeans, threw on a comfortable oversized sweater, and clipped her unruly red hair up into the world's messiest bun. There was no point of dressing up any more, for anything. When Marlowe pulled in front of Iris's house that morning, Iris had groaned when she opened the passenger door to see her once again looking like a frumpy mess. "Lady, you are hot. Wear something that doesn't resemble a sack once in a while," she had said while tossing her gear into the back seat. Marlowe had merely laughed at her lifelong friend. Under the sheets was the largest romance book event in Colorado. Readers came from all over the country, some even from overseas, to meet authors, buy books, and take home swag. Held in the largest conference room of a huge tower hotel in South Denver, the room was crammed with tables, each one laden with books, bookmarks, pens, and the like. Authors, mostly female, milled about chatting with each other as they prepared for the wave of potential buyers who would soon be crowding inside. Marlowe hauled books out of the wagon, stacked them on the table in the best row she cared to manage, threw out a few pens personalized with her name surrounded by tiny hearts, and pulled her banner out. She was set up in less than 10 minutes. As she sat in her folding chair, she spied Iris hurrying down the aisle. Iris had been detained by the line of cover models at the front entrance. Her mission? Get a selfie with every single one. "You'll never guess who's there," Iris huffed as she pulled her wagon behind her, loaded to overflowing with books and boxes. She wore her adorable Wednesday Addams dress, the black one with the white collar, her hair pink like cotton candy, in loose ringlets around her shoulders. Let me guess. Fabio. Marlowe sat with a book in her lap, ready to do some pre-event signing. Iris rolled her eyes as she began tossing books on her table. "Since you've been in a mood all morning, I think I'll just let you find out for yourself." That was when Marlowe's stomach began to feel like she'd swallowed mud. She gazed down at her slowly close. Why hadn't she thought about Heath and the very real possibility he would be here? She shrugged, trying her hardest to affect an I don't care attitude. "Of course Heath is here. This is what he does, after all." Iris, organizing behind her table, murmured something Marlowe couldn't hear. She was just about to ask to speak up when they were interrupted. "Marlowe, Bennett? Whoa, I'm a huge fan. Marlowe snapped out of her thoughts. Her other neighbor, the one in the retro dress, stood in front of the table, one of Marlowe's books in her hand. Her cheeks were flushed, and her smile was bright. "I'm Tiffany. Just started in the business." "Hi." Marlowe stood and offered Tiffany her hand. "This is a great first event. You'll meet a lot of fun people. That's Iris Elliott." She pointed to the top of Iris' head, still behind stacks of books and boxes. "Cool." Tiffany held out the book in her hand. "I don't have this one yet. Can I go ahead and buy it from you?" Tiffany held up the latest in Marlowe's Bad Boys collection, a muscle-bound tattoo mafia don on the front cover. She was now 8 books into the popular series. She waved her away. "Take it. Consider it a welcome gift." Tiffany flushed again, thanked her, and went on to the next table past Iris. "You know, the reason you don't make any money is because you give all your stuff away." Iris had re-emerged. She put her books out in much the same manner Marlowe did, then kicked her empty boxes under the tablecloth. "Don't exaggerate. I just like helping out the newbies." "Well, speaking of helping, let's go check out the auction items. I want to get something good this year, and the proceeds go to the Domestic Violence Center." Iris snatched up her purse. Marlowe's stomach did that thing again. If she went out into the main lobby, there was a good chance Heath would be there. The models hang around the front, taking pictures with the readers before the doors open for the book signing. Then they would mill about the main room for more pictures and serve as eye candy. She didn't have a choice. She would come face to face with Heath at some point during today's event. "Fine, but let's be quick. They'll be letting in readers soon." Marlowe, remember when you used to be fun